here for a short stream. I'm going to be working on some Bring to Light Valki Shift, which was a deck that we played as a quick hits a week or so ago. This time we're playing it in some tournament practice rooms. I know I said we would play in a league, but as I mentioned in a poll on the YouTube channel, I'm going to be trying to make more content, but the consolation prize of going to be doing it in tournament practice rooms a little bit. Quite frankly, really don't like putting $10 into the MTGO slot machine when I'm really not playing towards any particular goal, towards, you know, the mocks or any of that kind of stuff anymore. Just find it very stressful, and I'm here more to have fun as a content creator. So it's kind of a catch-22 here. You know, we might be playing overpowered decks for what we're playing in, but you know, we need to be moving forward with deck archetypes and such. I'll still do leagues from time to time, like especially with Burn, but I'm mainly going to be stepping aside from leagues on a consistent basis, especially with decks I'm not particularly familiar with, or decks I'm more playing to have fun. And to be frank, you know, even though this deck is absurdly powerful and a little bit expensive, this is a deck that I'm just trying to have fun with. I have a little bit of a history with Bring the Light Scapeshift, more when it was like a casual thing several years ago. It was a deck I'd play from time to time because it was a lot of fun. You know, the mana base has always been goofy, especially before the printing of the Triomes. You know, and didn't have like the, you know, Teferis and Omnaths and all that. It was just like, literally just like Scapeshift was, or Bring Light was like copies of Scapeshift, like 5 and 6 or whatever. You know, you'd have like bullets like Supreme Verdict or Kulagon's Command or any of that kind of stuff. And you'd rely on like Remand and your ramp spells to get you where you need to go. This version's a little bit more focused on playing an actual mid-range game plan in addition to the Bring to Light plan. You know, definitely Omnath's definitely a focus of the deck. Red and 6. You know, it's basically 5 colors, if we're being completely honest, other than Valki here. Which I think there's only one black source in the entire deck, if I remember correctly. And that is the Blood Crypt here. Everything else is cannot cast black spells, which isn't particularly bad when Bring to Light only really needs to go for 4 at max. The Blood Crypt's just to be able to hard cast Valki. Beyond that, you know, Red and 6 obviously to rebuy lands, Teferi obviously to shut down your opponent's stuff during your turn, Cryptic Command and Remand to buy you time along with Bolt and Path. 1 copy of Supreme Verdict to deal with creatures, you know, and then basically your win cons are Omnath, Valki, and Scapeshift itself. You know, the nice thing with all these various triomes is the fact you just get to play so many mountains in your mana base. You know, really, your only non-mountains per se are the 2 Valakits, yeah, the 2 islands and the forest. Yeah, pretty much correct. It's definitely a toolbox deck, but it's a little less toolboxy than it used to be. You know, basically you have your Wrath Bullet and your Valki and your Omnath, and then beyond that you're just like scapeshifting. And once you get to 6-7 lands, you're just scapeshifting, win the game. I know I've not tried to look up for an updated version of the list, but the only updated lists I can find were switching over to like an Elvish Reclaimer, almost Titan-esque package, although they don't have Titan in them. They were just like Elvish Reclaimer and stuff. And I wanted to stick to the core of the deck that we played on the quick hits on the YouTube channel. So I'm basically running back the same list. Like I said, we're only going to be doing some tournament practice rooms, so it's not going to be the most exciting Magic probably. But, you know, I did want to get some more gameplay in with the deck because it was quite fun. Veil of Summers here, obviously, any type of blue decks, discard spell decks, Celestial Purge, any type of red and black decks, so pretty good against Shadow, Burn, Prowess. Ether Gust, once again, also pretty good against Burn and Prowess. A little bit less relevant now that the mirror match with like Urros and stuff isn't quite a thing, but, you know, still a thing. Cleansing Wildfire for Tron and for Valakut to a certain degree. Dovin's Veto anytime you need to negate. 2 copies of Timely Reinforcements, pretty good against Burn, pretty much. Mystical Dispute. Also good against different tribal strategies. Buys you time. 2 copies of Mystical Dispute for blue decks. 2 copies of Anger of the Gods for any type of tribal nonsense that you run into, creature-based decks, etc. So, that said, let's get into some gameplay. Once again, not the most exciting situation, but I'm here to have fun more than anything. So, how's everyone doing this morning? Hope everything's going well for everybody. Those of you catching it on YouTube later, hope everything is well. I know it's been a minute since we've been streaming. I'll be honest, part of the reason it's kind of hard to get up and stream sometimes is just not that many people watching, so I appreciate those of you that do stop by, but it's a lot easier to just do things on my spare time than getting up and streaming before work or streaming after work sometimes. Seeing's pretty reasonable. Mana base is obviously very awkward, but you know, that's kind of what you sign up for when you play this deck. We have a blue source. We have all our colors. I guess we don't have white technically, so maybe this was supposed to be a mulligan. And immediately get paired against Tron. Alright, well. One thing I have noticed about the these practice rooms is we've been running into more consistent decks, but you know, that kind of went out the window when I see Core Tapper, although what our opponent's playing is somewhat of a real deck in Dice Factory. I wonder if they just have natural Tron, that's why they didn't crack the map there. Yeah, they just have natural Tron. Kind of hard to beat natural Tron sometimes. It's a card that we unfortunately do have to... Do we have to bounce that? Get Hallowed Fountain. I mean, I could try to spike a Force of Negation here, or just remand this. I guess we just remand it. I know they can't recast it this turn, so... What is our actual best play here? Could Valki, but it's unlikely they have anything in hand. I guess at this point our only out is really to play towards Scapeshift kill, so because the rest of our plays just aren't going to be relevant. So I guess we Growth Spiral, hoping to spike a Force of Negation. Yep, Ugin resolves, unfortunately. What am I even playing towards here? Is it just Scapeshift? Just gonna spot check their hand. I know their deck doesn't play many creatures as it is, so I could have tried to bounce Core Tapper, but you know they can just kill it with Ugin, replay it next turn for free, so that was kind of pointless. Mystic Forge, Cavern of Souls, 2 lands. Did they forget to plus their Ugin last turn? They may have forgotten to plus their Ugin last turn. Kind of whatever. So we need to get the 2 more land drops into play and find a Bring to Light or a Scapeshift pretty much. I don't think we're actually winning. Why isn't my opponent replaying Mystic Forge? Lost connection to the game. Okay, we win the match. Sure. I guess that was a shame scoop. It's actually shaping up to be an interesting game. That Cryptic Command would definitely have made things interesting. This hand is, I think, only keepable because of running 6, so beyond that, I don't think this hand would be remotely keepable. 2 lands is just way too few. Okay, looks like we might be up okay. Grab. That was the wrong land to grab. Oh well. That does not allow me to cast run at 6. What am I pitching here is the question mark. Guess we pitch one of the Omnaths. Okay. I'm getting some Death Cloud vibes, maybe? I don't know. I'm definitely getting some Death Cloud vibes over there. Yeah, that's actually what we wanted you to do. Pass the turn here. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's like they're just regular Jund. Don't know why they're playing a Boreal Grazer, but okay. Still getting some Deathcloud vibes. Into Valakut, so we just get a bunch of mountains. Triumph. Blood Crypt. Steam Vents. Alright, on sideboarding. Up against some variant of Jund, so we probably want that. Probably want the Purges. Probably want that. Ether Gust's debatable because we didn't really see any creatures out of them. Supreme Verdict maybe could go for that reason, but I'm not going to go down that road completely yet. I'll board out Verdict. They might have creatures in their deck. Once again, I'm getting some Deathcloud vibes just because of that Arboreal Grazer they had going. Maybe I'm leaving myself too soft to creature decks here. Try like that. Seems fun. That was an Arboreal Grazer. Make sure we fetch something, or just play around in 6 and we can actually do the thing. Get Steam Vents, I guess. Purge is nice, gives us an answer to Raging Ravine, which otherwise could be problematic for us. Alright. Kind of unfortunate, but feels like we were in a winning situation there anyway. Hand seems reasonable enough. Unfortunately, we can't lead on Valakut because of need blue and the green for Growth Spiral. Looks like we're up against Heliod combo, perhaps. Just going to bolt the Arbor Elf. Don't want any shenanigans going on. Hey, Cooper the Red, thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. Okay, opponent's got a Arbor Elf. How'd your stream go? Draw step. Okay. That was definitely a delay on the notification there. Nice, nice. How is Burn and Pauper? That's one format I haven't really delved into in a really long time. Archon of Sun's Grace. Interesting. I almost want to allow this to resolve just because. Verdict's a decent draw there. So, hey, player 1, thanks for the follow. Player I, sorry. Charles2688, thanks for the follow. Veritex XX, thanks for the follow. Once again, I'm just playing a casual in tournament practice. I used to take Moto very seriously, and honestly, it frustrated me. So, I enjoy playing Magic, and I enjoy playing good decks too, but I just don't like the $10 slot machine all the time. So, we're playing a little bit of casual, so. Skullcrack is what? Skullcrack is an uncommon? So kind of awkward here. We don't actually have double whites. So I need to fetch Triome and then Supreme Verdict next turn, and our opponent's going to like get a bunch of cards in the meantime. That's what I thought. Like, I play it all the time, but I don't actually sit there and think when I'm casting things that, oh, that's an uncommon. The one thing I will say about the practice room, yeah, Chain Lightning and Fire Blast. One of these cards is not like the other. That's the dumb part about Pauper, right? Is like some of the uncommons and commons are just like so absurd. I don't care about Ghostly Prism. That's fine. Opponent gets to make a wide board. Yeah, do the thing. Attack us for 2. What are they playing around by attacking? I guess Snapcaster Mage. That's the right one, right? Yeah. Dual Force of Negation is almost kind of pointless here. Actually can start Valakining things. That's kind of dumb. Oh, we just draw the Bring the Light. Cool. Black, green. I guess I don't technically need the black, but it's nice just to be in the habit of casting things. White, And we're currently missing green. Let's go ahead and do the do that. Grab Scapeshift. Call it a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only do the minimum because it's not really worth fighting. Nope, nope, nope. And this is the way we kill our opponent, So we're up against some type of enchantment-based Eidolon deck. Feels like a deck that's more suited for Pioneer, but it's an interesting idea. They probably like an Enchantress Prison style deck, which we don't care about most of it. The card that would really mess with us would be Leyline Sanctity. Maybe they could possibly also have what's the name? Suppression Field. I'm not really certain. Probably want Angers because we're not keeping up with their. Do we want Angers or do we want Disputes? Dispute seems like a better card. Ether Gust hits some of their stuff potentially. Dovin's Veto. Feels like most of their stuff is creature-based, so I'm not sure we actually want Force of Negation. Although they probably have some cards we don't want them to resolve. Leyline comes down on turn 0, most likely. Just think we submit like this. Maybe go down. We want to leave all the cryptics in our deck, because that's like our main out to Leyline. No, it's not a new brew. This was actually a deck that popped up at the very beginning of the bannings in Modern, or unbannings in, or bannings in Modern. Some people were working on this list as kind of a hybridization of the Valki Cascade decks and the 4-color Omnath control decks that got the Banhammer. So, and then people lost interest in it because it wasn't quite the most interesting deck to play because it's not like tier 0. They've just figured out that regular control is probably honestly just better. Guess we play the fetch land and get a Triumph. But I played it on. I have a YouTube channel as well, and I played it over there because I do this like thing where a couple days a week I'll play a deck that I happen to like or that pops up in the Modern format, and the one that people will actually comment on and want to see, I'll actually go back and play again. And this was the deck that's gotten a couple of comments. People wanted to see this deck again, so I figured I'd play it some more. You know, tournament practice room, not the most like exciting place for results, but you know, I thought it was interesting to at least play it some more matches. I like playing Magic, but I don't like feeling like, I notice whenever I play Magic and yeah, this is kind of like the worst case scenario, right? Opponent's deck's got a lot of value to it. Guess we get that Triumph. So if I play Renin 6 here, what happens? They play Eidolon. think I just pass here. Hold up Growth Spiral. See, yeah, there's Leyline. I figured that was coming in. No, I'm playing... Well, my deck isn't a new brew, but... Destiny Spinner. Creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. Huh. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, just remand this. I primarily play Burn in Modern. But I do play other decks as well. But Burn is like my bread and butter for like actual competitive play. I own Burn and Tron in paper, but though I don't actually play Tron all that much. So we're in an awkward spot now. Obviously we can't counter anything they do. They can play Leyline, which is whatever. We've got Cryptic to answer that. So I think our plan now is literally to just... do I die if I shock in here? Shock in... Steam Vents... Yeah, I primarily play Boros. I sometimes monkey around with other variants, but... So if I go to 13, take 4... they're probably going to play Leyline next turn. I need to somehow get to 7 lands without dying. I could bring to late for Supreme Verdict if it comes down to it. I just don't know what's the best. Like, if I play Run, it dies. Yeah, I think I'm fine with Run dying here. If they attack me, we're in a little bit of trouble. But I can Scalding Tarn. Okay, so I need to play... Growth Spiral first? Question mark? No. Yeah, I have to play Growth Spiral first. So I completely screwed up my mana sequencing here. Should have just played the Wren. Wren would have been a much better distraction. We've got Eidolon on top. Opponent's deck just gets to go nuts. Again, I think I'm fine with this. Sigil of the Empty Throne. I don't know if I like that there. Like, yeah, I get it. They get to draw cards, whatnot. Greater Oromancy is a card I probably can't let resolve. Question is, what am I pathing here? I think I'm pathing Destiny Spinner. I guess an alternative line I could have taken would be to play Valki, path my own Valki next turn. But the problem is we know they have Leyline in hand and Greater Oromancy. And we're also getting low on life here. And they killed Wren, which is fine-ish. In case we draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just pass with Cryptic Command up. Have a bunch of ley line of sanctities they can draw to. Sloth Conqueror's Death, completely useless card in this matchup. Problem is we're taking a hit for 6, so I'm probably going to have to bring the light next turn just to stay alive. Yeah. Green. Just grabbing. Would obviously love to grab something like Omnath here, but it's Supreme Verdict or we're dead. Just doesn't really buy us all that much when our opponent's sitting with 8 cards in hand. And Leyline's going to shut off our most available way to win the game. Yep, Sigil. I'm just making a bunch of angels. On to the next game. Force, once again, a lot worse, especially when we've seen Destiny Spinner. Anger of the Gods becomes much more interesting to me. I really don't want Path in my deck. I don't want to be ramping our opponent. Anger seems fine. Cleansing Wildfire is only tempting because of their Utopia Sprawl package, but I do think that's a little eh. Is Dovin's Veto better than Force of Negation? What deck? My deck or our opponent's deck? Oh, it's going well enough, War Dog. How have you been? Oh, it has multiple win cons besides... It has Valki, it has Omnath. There are other ways to win the game. They're just not going to win against what our opponent's doing. Yeah, that's always brutal. I think we just remand this. I could just let it resolve and bolt and take the 2 for, or let them get the 2 for 1, but well, that's certainly a card. Get an island here. Get a blood crypt, I guess? Question mark. Red. I'm a flipping idiot. Alright, just pass turn. Needed to get a white source there. Fetching with this deck can be tricky, so, you know. I think I just let this resolve. Bolt it. Don't let our opponent get going here. White, blue, green, red, cast an Omnath, get some life, pass turn. Obviously we need to find Cryptic Command. It's got an Eidolon, which is whatever. Destiny Spinner, so we just get to Anger of the Gods for funsies here. Next turn we get to play Tybalt. Yeah, that's whatever. Don't even remotely care about that. I think that's just annoying enough that I have to remand it. Kill your Arbor Elf. Domia for 4. I guess I can keep up the appearances of having Force of Negation, although I don't, so they resolve Destiny Spinner, sure, whatever. Greater Oromancy, that one's annoying. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. suddenly beginning to wish I had something dumb like, what is that? 2 green, white, green, white, green, white hybrid card that destroys all artifacts and enchantments. Trying to think, is there anything we can bring to light for to break this lock? Like, yeah, I could cryptic bounce this, but then we're still... I'm way overthinking this. Just killed him with Omnath. Just kill him with Omnath. Just literally swing with Omnath next turn and play another fetch land and kill them with a trigger. I'm like, how do I beat this with Scapeshift? Oh wait, I don't have to beat them with Scapeshift. I can just kill them with my Omnath. So I thank everybody for hanging out this morning. Once again, playing a little bit more casual Magic this morning. Those of you checking this out on YouTube later, greatly appreciate that as well. As I mentioned in the poll on YouTube, I wanted to play more Magic, but without the pressure, so to speak. I find myself enjoying the Magic the Gathering, but not necessarily the lottery feeling sometimes you get with playing Moto Leagues and such. So this hand's interesting. Feels a little bit slow on the draw, though. I still think we keep question mark. Tron. Okay. Probably definitely too slow against Tron. Alright. Remand could buy us some time. I don't know if it's going to be enough time to get to Cryptic Command, but could buy us some time. It's got Tron. Question is, what type of Tron deck are they? Are they Green Tron? Are they Urza Tron? Not Urza Tron. Eldrazi Tron? Are they Dice Factory? Could still even potentially be Blue Tron, I guess. Oh no, they're definitely they're definitely green. Well, no, they could still be Eldrazi Tron. I shouldn't say they're definitely Green Tron here. I guess. Hope they tick up for some reason. Hope they maybe play another threat, like, I don't know, Wormcoil Engine. Yeah, action stirring is resolved, unfortunately. Okay, that's that's gonna be enough for me. Oh wow. Can't beat the Mog. Alright, so definitely want Cleansing Wildfires. That. Mystical Dispute being a bad mana leak, is that good enough? I don't think so. I think we board these out, board out a Supreme Verdict. Ethergust like hits some of their spells, but not that many. Mystical Dispute is kind of like a bad mana leak. Maybe we're supposed to bring it in anyway, because we really don't have a ton for their matchup. One lander can't keep. This hand at least has a plan. Probably put back the Scapeshift. Scapeshift's generally a card you don't want to have in your opening hand because it's basically a mulligan until 7 lands. I wonder if our opponent has Natty Tron, possibly. Sphere Resolved. If they were to play Ancient Stirrings, I'd have to consider remanding it. Just because it's possible they don't actually have the ability to replay it on the Malta 5. Not sure if our opponent's debating what green spell to cast. Apparently not. Could upkeep Cryptic, bounce a land, but I think remands will be enough to defend this at this point. Path feels really meh here. As long as they don't Mog us, I think we're good. I guess I could bring the light for Cleansing Wildfire, but like, then we don't have a win to play to. Alright, there's 8 mana. I can do this all day. Well, summer is always a nasty little piece of business. We're actually in a really awkward spot because we're playing against Tron, so we actually have to get to aliens. Yeah, I have to let Ancient Stirrings resolve, unfortunately. I mean, theoretically, I could force it and then Cryptic the Karn, but that just doesn't feel like it gets us anywhere. Okay. This next turn they're going to have... Actually, this turn are they going to have Log Mana? Another Veil of Summer, huh? Alright, they got us. Tron's a rough matchup. Maybe you're supposed to argue I'm supposed to Cleansing Wildfire there. Take them off of Tron. Ethergust, once again, another card you consider bringing in against Veil of Summers. But definitely a tricky matchup. I'll go ahead and play one more this morning. Kind of enjoying this new format so far. New formatting as in playing the casual games as opposed to, you know, jamming leagues. Like, don't get me wrong, I like leagues, especially with decks I'm familiar with, but it's also sometimes fun to just, like, play Magic without having to worry about burning through a bunch of tickets. Alright, 6 lands remand. This is a mulligan, unfortunately. This hand's a bit of a shite show, but hope they're on a creature deck. Nope, they're on a Tron deck. Apparently we're getting our Tron fix in this morning. That would have been a nice card to have last turn. Maybe. I don't know if I pitch Bring the Light there. Alright. Sure. I guess we're pitching Bring the Light this turn then. If their payoff is not like Worm Coil Engine or something. If their payoff's Karn, we have to pitch Force of Negation. Yeah, Relics, whatever. Legitimately don't care about Relic. Yeah. Field of Ruin. Wow. Okay. I've not seen that out of a green Tron deck in a while. Nine mana? Walking Ballista? Path that. Not that it does it much good. We're ramping them even further, although they have all the mana they could possibly want. They might be lacking a green source. Oh, we don't have green mana. 4-color mana base here, no green mana. Yeah, we hit the Tron button. They have an Ulamog or in their Ballista? Oh, they already have the Ulamog. Cool. You'll have to laugh. At least Magic Online's consistent. Even in leagues, like, it feels like you're winning and then all of a sudden you get paired against the matchups that your deck sucks against. I mean, even in the practice rooms, we're running into the same thing. Oh, you're going to crush some bruise hopes and dreams here. Here's the Tron button. I'm going to keep spamming the Tron button. Yeah, hand seems fun. Got some ramp, got a Force of Negation. Now, on a mulligan to 5, do I just force an expedition map? I think the answer might be yes. That, on the other hand, I could care less about. Passing turn here, leaving up either Force of Negation or Growth Spiral. Yep, spot. That's whatever. I think we have to let Stirrings go, unfortunately. Opponent could lack a third land, but if they don't, then no, they just find. Nope, they didn't find Tron. That's Tower. They already have Tower. So we can't stop them from hitting Tron now. We know they have Sylvan Scrying in hand, so we just let this resolve, unfortunately. Storm counts up to 5. Oh, wow. Not something you think you'd see with, whatchamacallit. It's holding up Force of Negation here. Needs to draw Bring to Later, Scapeshift. Wait, what? Am I just getting trolled here? I feel like I'm getting trolled here. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna keep wasting your mana on useless plays. I'm cool with that. Okay, they finally got the mine. Five mana? Blocking Ballista again? Yeah, what we can do about Ballista. I mean, we can do stuff about Ballista. There's just nothing we can do about it on the stack. Now the question is do I fetch to thin, or do I hope to spike an Omnath and do some stuff with it? I guess we just fetch to thin here. Keeping the Triomes in the deck because they're like our main way to cycle. Would really love to find a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Problem is if we tap out for Valki and they just have something. I guess I can always just like actually play Valki as well. Valki? Find out what we're actually playing around. Okay. So we're probably screwed. We fed them the green mana, and now they have a veil. Yeah. And they drew another bomb. Cool. Sure. Presume they're going to get a Pithing Eel or something. Sundering Titan. Well then. If there's ever a turn to top deck something, this is the turn to top deck it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of a concession. Oh, Sundering Titan for max value. 5 lands. Kaboom! So what I really learned in our 5 matches today, I learned Tron's a rough matchup, but I think I already knew that. This deck is fun. I mean, I can honestly see why it's kind of been passed over, though. Like, the mana can be hecka awkward sometimes. Obviously you have the multiple ways to win the game. I don't know that Valki is actually all that good for 4 or 5 mana. We didn't play any matchups where Valky's like particularly good. Like, it's better where you can play cheap stuff. It's not particularly good against Tron and green-white Enchantress deck, which were the only 3 matches we really played. The other 2 matches was like Jund, kind of, but looked like it might be Death Cloud instead of regular Jund, but we really didn't know. And then the first match, I can't even remember what we even saw out of them before they conceded. So, one thing I will, like, just the general comments about the deck is the mana is really rough in a 5-color deck. But really 4 colors, obviously Splashing Valki. And that was one of the things that always, like, kind of held Bring the Light back a little bit, was the fact that it was just, or Bring the Light Scapeshift back was just, it's so many demanding requirements. You have to have 7 lands. You have to have the 4 colors. Temur Scapeshift wasn't really a thing either, and that was just like the 4 Scapeshifts and, cryptic commands and whatnot, just looking for your Scapeshifts. The theory behind the Bring the Light has always been it gives you more copies of Scapeshift without having to play more Scapeshifts. Valki, like I said, is cute. It's an alternative win con in case, your Valkits get stripped out or something. Omnath, that closed out a couple of games for us. The deck is, like, don't get me wrong, the deck is very powerful. It's just, it's like a lot of other, like, Scapeshift decks. If you don't see a certain subsection of decks, you're going to get destroyed. And, Tron's a deck that goes over the top of what we're doing to a certain degree. our main win condition is get to 7 lands at Scapeshift, but they don't deal damage themselves, so we really have to get to 8, which makes it more difficult. They don't care about our nickel and dime, deal with creature crap. They play a bunch of Veil of Summers. All kinds of things that just like drive us nuts. So, I mean, the deck's fun. It's fun to play in small doses, especially in a non-pressure situation, so to speak. But I think I'm going to do more content on that basis. I mean, I'm still going to do leagues, especially Burn, which is my main bread and butter for the YouTube channel. But like, I have a lot more fun when I'm like trying to win the game, but without having to be like, oh, there's $5 riding on this match, or there's $10 riding on this match. I know a lot of people enjoy that aspect of Magic. I do sometimes, but I also don't sometimes, so I don't know. Anywho, I thank everybody for hanging out this morning. Huge raid from Copper the Red. Greatly appreciate that. And everybody else that's been hanging out this morning, greatly appreciate that. I will try to get back into streaming more. Obviously, if you like modern content, please consider checking out our YouTube channel. We have quite a bit of stuff going on over there. And that said, I'm going to send you guys off to somebody. I'll probably send you guys off to Spike. So, hope you guys have a good day.